I'm Dr. Yami, and welcome to VeggieFit Kids. Today I want to talk about whole foods. Do you know what whole foods are? Whole foods are foods that are unprocessed or unrefined with little or no additives. So what I like to think about when I think about whole foods is foods that are found in their most natural state. So in the state that you would find when you go outside, pick it from a tree or pick it from the ground. So let me give you a few examples. So when we think of fruit, we can think of an apple. So here's an apple, and this is a whole food. However, you can take that apple and you can process it. So one form of processed apple is applesauce. Another form of processed apple is apple juice. So apple juice basically is just the water and the sugar that has been taken out of the apple. There's also whole grains. A lot of people, when they think of whole grains, they automatically think of whole grain or whole wheat bread. However, bread is also a processed food. Did you know that the most whole form of wheat is called a wheat berry? So this is an example of wheat berry. So they're little kernels that you can boil or steam just like you would rice, and then you can eat them as a side dish or in a salad. They're very chewy and nutty and delicious. However, you can take that wheat berry and you can grind it down into a whole wheat flour, or you can take that wheat berry, take the outer husk off, and then grind it down into an unbleached flour. And this is what a lot of people eat with white breads, cakes, cookies, that kind of thing. There's also the legume family, which is beans and lentils. So some examples of some beans would be black beans. So this is a whole form of beans. They're beans that have been picked and dried. Or something like garbanzo beans. Of course, there's also veggies, your non-starchy veggies, like this zucchini, or this beautiful cauliflower. And your starchy veggies, like potatoes. So as far as plants go, our whole foods are composed of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. The legumes being your beans and lentils. The opposite of a whole food is a processed food. Did you know that a recent study found that 60% of the American diet is composed of ultra-processed foods? So processed foods usually have added salt, refined sugar, and refined fats. But ultra-processed foods have other additives, some of which are artificial. A study in 2015 showed that only 25% of American adults consume the recommended portion of fruits per day, and only 13% consumed the recommended amount of vegetables per day. So why should we eat more whole foods? Well, first of all, whole foods have more nutrients. They have more vitamins, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. In addition, whole foods have more fiber and water, and because of that, they are more filling. So you can eat more with less calories. In other words, they are more calorie dilute. And finally, whole foods lack the additional refined sugars, refined fats, salt, and other artificial additives, which may affect some people and can also contribute to weight gain. So how can you increase the amount of whole foods in your diet? First of all, when you go grocery shopping, stick to the perimeter of the store. In general, that's where you're going to find your fresh produce and your other whole foods. Another great idea is to shop at your local farmer's market, because that's where you can find your seasonal, local, fresh produce, and that's a great place to get other ideas for foods that you can integrate into your diet. Better yet, start your own garden. That way you have control over what and how you grow, and it gets you excited about eating fresh whole foods. Another thing you can do is to start replacing some of your snacks with whole foods such as fruits and vegetables. In the standard American diet, our snacks typically consist of processed grain and processed dairy. So if you replace that with fruits or vegetables in their whole form, then that's a big increase in the number of whole foods that you're eating. And then finally, start to think of your meal times and start to replace some of the refined grain products in your meals with some whole grains. Other ideas for whole grains include brown rice, millet, which is a delicious African grain, or quinoa. And there's many more that you can find, especially in the bulk section of your grocery store. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope now that you are thinking of ways that you can integrate more whole foods into your diet. Remember, it doesn't have to be all or nothing, and little baby steps is a great way to start. Please remember to visit me at www.veggiefitkids.com, and if you have questions or comments or ideas for future videos, please email me at veggiedoctor@veggiefitkids.com. Have a great day.